Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, next 45 to 60 minutes, I would like to share the experience of one of the greatest constructions which we have done in the crucial situation in the country. Please remember, gentlemen, I'm not going to discuss any basics or any subject matters relevant to the project management or theories, but I would like to share the experience and how we did, how we planned, how we did, and how we achieved this isolation, the 16 isolation wards complex at the IDH hospital within 9 days. So before going to the detail, I would like to give some brief background idea about the projects. Then you will be get a better idea of the project subsequently. When I talk about the background of the projects, if you can recall your memories into 2020, you know what has happened to our country, not to the country, the entire world. We face the consequences of the pandemic the results of the pandemic situations, and due to the COVID, and as you remember, all the sectors, including private sectors, collapse. Actually, we don't know what to do, where to go, what to eat, and what not to eat, something like that. The instructions came from government sectors and various organizations, but today, but again tomorrow, different instructions. So basically, almost all the sectors collapse except health sector. So fortunately, the government and other relevant organization and like the World Health Organization gave the maximum support to our country to manage the situation. So somehow or other, thanks to our health sector personals, we manage the situation up to certain extent. But there is a limit in anything. So on, the health sector also came to its maximum capacity. So this has been discussed with the highest forum in the country, and the main problem was the infrastructure development. They have the medical medicine and the associated medical equipment, but unfortunately, due to the lack of infrastructure facilities, the management is so difficult. So as you all know, as per the WHO standards, we have to nominate a reference hospital. So in this context, the government has nominated the IDH hospital as a reference hospital in Sri Lanka. So all the critical cases and crucial situations handled by the IDH hospital. So, but the problem was with the isolation facilities at the IDH hospital. So this has been projected to the highest forum in the country, that is the Security Council. So the same thing has been discussed with the Triforces Commander, and finally it came to the the task has been given to the command of the Air Force. So then the commander was, I have to tell his name also, Air Chief Marshal Sumangal Dias. So he called me the particular day, as I remember, 18th March afternoon, and said there's a huge task for the Air Force, and asked me to come and see me within half an hour time at his office. So when I went to his office, he said, we have to build 10 to 15 rooms for the IDH hospital. So then I said, yes, we can, because we have a previous experience as well. We have done so many hospitals, and we have contributed a lot of things to the COVID issues. So since we have done our fair share, so we are very confident. So likewise, then I said, then he said, Okay, I know that your capacity and your team, you can handle. But the problem is the time. Then I said, how long will give? Then he said, only 14 days. So I can't imagine within 14 days, 10 to 15 isolation ward with ICU facilities. With my hospital experience, it's the dream. So then he asked, then I said, I can only tell 14 days into 24 hours, that number of hours we have. So then after that, then I asked, sir, we want to know the project brief for this. So he asked me to contact health sector peoples. As I remember, I contacted Director General Health at that time, Dr. Wijesinghe, then Dr. Hasita Attanayaka from IDH Hospital and his deputy and other expertise as well. So they have given various ideas, various proposals. But finally, I invite them to come to my design office for the planning of this project. So on the same day, evening, the IDH hospital director and other officials from the health department came to my office, and they have given up so many proposals, and we evaluated. And the problem is with we can accommodate all the proposals, but the problem is the time. With the time, it's very difficult to construct that facility within 14 days. So finally, we decided to do a composite design for this. And the problem is, other problem is the material. You know, the entire country lockdown. We can't purchase, even crisis purchase we can't do at that time. So then we plan what are the available resources within the Air Force. That means what are the available material available at our stores. So we did a survey. Then we found that we had some remaining components of prefabricated buildings available at our stores. Then we did a market survey. Our registered supplier, one of the registered suppliers, has agreed to give color bonded sheets. That is actually corrosion resistant color bonded sheets, zinc aluminum sheets, import from Japan for other projects, but he willing to give. So that now we have some kind of material with our hands. So we try to accommodate this requirement through composite design. That is basically cement masonry and the cladding and the steel work. So likewise, we plan our proposal. So this projects, the other factors is they need 15 rooms. Each room consists with the patient area, then attached toilet, then inspection, observation and treatment chamber and corridor. The other thing is it should be washable and sanitized every 24 hours. So the tile floor, mandatory requirement. It should be washable. And exhaust fan and other associated basic facilities. So we after finalizing of the design, the next thing is how to do it. So even we listed out all the activities pertaining to this construction. But when it's list out the activities, you can't do it within 14 days. So that is the issue. So we plan, even thanks to my team. That team is consisted of architects, engineers, and surveys as well in my design team at that time. So we had so many brainstorm sessions the same day. Then suddenly came to my mind how I made my first Vesak lantern in my school age. Still, I can remember. I maybe in grade 2 or 3. I tried to made a Vesak lantern with the bamboo strips and the tissue papers and all. So with the Vesak card, so I had the picture. So I tried to make that Vesak lantern according to the picture, but several attempts it failed. After some times, my grandfather came to me and he asked, "What is going on?" I said, I tried, fails, and I'm thoroughly disappointed about this. So he said, "It's very easy thing. I'll tell how to do it. Yeah, you just fabricate. So you made it 6 squares, then you can tie it together. Then automatically you will get the Vesak lantern within a very limited time." So I read that story to my design team. So then they are very, very confident. So likewise, so then the next step is the appointing of the project management team and the structure. So project management team, this is the project manager, myself. Then I have appointed 5 engineers for this task. The first engineer is responsible for site clearance, demolition of existing building, excavation, and foundation. The second engineer is responsible for prefabrication work and assembly. The third one is the material supply and source management. The fourth one, finishing and landscaping. The fifth one, MEP and commissioning of the building. So actually, this is very confined area and very restricted area. Due to lack of space, we have to we can't build the 60 room as a line. So in that case, there is a dog leg and abandoned building also, the existing building. So first we have to demolish that building. So likewise, we plan. The east engineer, we gave 4 supervisors and 2 safety officers, 2 welfare officers, and skilled manpower for according to their tasks under the train under the various disciplines in the civil engineering field. You'll be surprised about why 2 safety officers, why 2 safety welfare officers. So with my experience, I know first we have to win the hearts and minds of the people. Then only you can get the maximum. So towards that, you have to look after their safety first. For that, I have appointed 2 safety officers, shift basis, and 2 welfare officers. The welfare officers' duty is, we have to give the tea, extra nourishment, or food, their sanitary facilities, their personal problems. They have to sort it out. Then other thing is the restricted place. So all the time you have to wear the masks, and other relevant the guideline we have to obey. So to ensure that the safety officers are there. As I remember, every 20 people, after 20 people, one the safety officer is there. They are just standing and they are just look out, and if there's anything, they will attend. So likewise, we have planned our manpower requirement for the 2 shift. That is the calculated manpower for the forecasted manpower, 250 airmen. That is the skilled manpower trained under the various disciplines in the civil engineering field. For first shift, starting from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. The second shift, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Approximately 125 airmen per shift. So likewise, we plan our project. Then it's come to the milestone. Initially, we have given the 14 days. So we have to start it in the 19th and start. We have to, the intended date of completion is 2nd March. So I know that if we plan for 14 days, it will end up with the 16 days, with my experience. So again, I discussed with my team and we restricted to 12 days. We revised the program in 12 days. But somehow finally, we have completed this project within 9 days. You'll be surprised how we did it. So I would like to tell you how we did in days by days. The first day, we mobilized. For the mobilize means we shifted about 125 approximately people to the site, and we made the temporary shelters, toilets, workshops, kitchen, and storage area. The storage area is also very good because we got a ground. So we erected some temporary shelters for the workshops and storing of items, and other things are stacked in the open ground. Then we started the first wing, first day itself, the site clearance and leveling, then setting out of the building, then the excavation and backfilling, foundation and concreting, steel superstructure, and fabrication, floor concreting. In parallelly, we have fabricated so many structures, so many components, elements in our workshops as well, and the transport to the site, that is under the stores management engineer's responsibility. Then the second wing, we demolished the existing building and cleaning of the debris from the site, and site leveling we started in the first day. These are some of the photographs pertaining to the day one. You can see even the corner one, maybe the concreting of the floor. The following day morning, the midnight, we have done the floor concrete of the first wing. Then the second day, the first wing, the floor concreting of the balance work we completed, and erection of prefabricated steel superstructures. Even when we are doing this, certain items are missing because still some elements are fabricating at the workshops. So then we have to have some jack systems and all the common sense and our engineering experience. We just erected that component. Even you can see some pictures. With the pictures, the concreting is going on, but the still erection is going on the same area. And the second wing, we have carried out after demolition of that building, the setting out, excavation, and the backfilling, foundation and concreting work, steel superstructure prefabrications, and started the floor concreting. So this is day two work. This is the floor concrete is going on. Then you can see the erection of the first wing. On some small components are there, but not entire. Because we just erect the available components only. We are waiting for the balance. That's why you can still you can identify the shape of the building. So this is day three work. Cladding and roof work we started in the first wing, and the wiring and plumbing also started. And this is a hospital. All the what do you call that, wastewater line and all, we had to do it in a separate way, not like in the residential construction. And the second wing, the floor concreting, balance work, erecting of steel superstructure, cladding installation. These day three works, you can see how many people have worked, right? With a very restricted area. If you go through and if you really analyze with the square area of that, the bottommost, the right picture, you can see how many people are there. Yeah, maybe a tea time, refreshment time, maybe, but you can see, right? Because we have detailed everyone with the task, because that was supervised by the foreman and the supervisors. This is the day 4 work. Then the day 4, first twin washroom superstructure we started. You can see the the washroom area in this picture. Then the floor tiling started. So wet area and the dry area we have tile. Then installation of doors and windows. The second is wing, cladding and roofing installation, plumbing and wiring work. So these are the some pictures relevant to the day 4 work. This is a day 5 work. You can see now the first being tile floor. So time as you know, with the construction, they also wanted to, even in the crucial situation, some amendments, some variations, and some modification. So we entertain that also as we can. So this is day 5. Day 5 work. The second win. So day 6. When it's come to the day 6, the final, we have completed the first week. The final finishing work, electrical installation, fan, lighting, etc., and nurses polling desk, clearing and landscaping of surrounding area. The second win, washroom, cladding and roofing area, plumbing, connections and floor tiling. So these are the pictures pertaining to the wing, the first wing. You can see the completed building, and this is the patient's area, and the bottom one is the landscaping of the first building, and for the walls we have to clad both sides. Steel framework, both sides we have to clad. This day 7 work, the final finishing work, testing and commissioning of the first wing and landscaping, sewer connection, access path. So at that time, the hospital has requested to have connecting corridors with the ICU building and connecting 2 wings. So another task came. So that also we entered in. We started because at that time we completed the first wing about 90%. So we had the chance to entertain that request as well. So we did that also. The second wing, finishing work, finishing work, painting and tiling work, wiring and MEP installation. When it's come to the day 7, almost first wing completed and second wing maybe 70% completed, and finishing works is started in the second building. You can see the pictures, the access path frame installation, landscaping surrounding, external corridor finishes, second wing, sewer connection finishing. So we have to connect all the sewer lines to the existing panel. So we have to have about, as I remember, about 50-meter, 60-meter sewer line, and separate line for the clinical waste and the normal sewer lines. So we have to separate, and we have to put interceptor traps. Lot of work. So this is the second building, the corridor, and this is a night picture. There is the bottom one. So that is the finish day 8. Almost now, buildings has completed. So this is the final day, the 9th day. External landscaping, testing and commissioning of the building, the site clearance and withdrawal, placing, and also they have requested to place a mobile lab there. So that is a container. So we again we have to made a structure for that. So that is also we have done lab and connected. So some of the pictures pertain into this is the you can see the washrooms, that the cladding completed, everything has been done. So this is the final day, the 10th day. Finally we completed this project within 9 days, and this is the handing over. So we invited the command of the Air Force and the Ministry of Health to hand over this project. So they have nominated me to hand over as a chief guest at that handing over ceremony. So I have handed over the keys to the Dr. Wijesinghe for this isolation complex to the IDH hospital. So this is the final finishing work, final look. You can see even now you can understand can see the way how we did it and how were the finishes. And this is the container mobile lab. So better understanding, we have we'll show you a short video clip. Then you can get a proper understand about that, how we planned, how we did it, this 16 rooms. I'd like to invite you all to witness this. You can see the how many parallel works are going on at the given time. This is the command of the office at that time, Air Chief Marshal Sumangal Dias. He personally visited the site, encouraged people, motivated. So this is the section. You can see the section sizes are different. So we have to manage with the available sections. Maybe over design, maybe under design, but can't help. So you can see the wires, how many wires are in that, because there is maybe the nurses, calls, stations, and all. So this is the final outlook. The washroom of the patient's area. This is the observation and treatment chamber. This is handing over. With that, ladies and gentlemen, come to the end of this sessions. Now, if you have any clarification, any questions, but in this construction, you may ask.
Question from our online participants. One is, how long did the planning and designing take for this project?
Less than 12 hours. Less than 12 hours. Because the task, the given task to the commander, maybe around 3:30, as I remember. So we started 4:30, and we completed our planning and designing all in the midnight. And following day, mobilize.
Go back in time and redo this. Is there anything you would like to change about how this project was executed?
Can you repeat that question again?
If you could go back in time and redo this, is there anything you would like to change on the way this project was done?
Yeah, this is actually the project, the crisis construction. I can say crisis construction. If you have time, then I can do even we can do the most economical design in economical way. So yes, there are certain areas we can cut down. We don't need 250 people. The cost wise, we can reduce the cost definitely.
Any special type of concrete used to achieve the milestone?
Yeah, we use rapid setting concrete for the floors. That's all. Just it. The first wing, 29 meters. As I remember, we calculated we spent about 20 million. 20 million. Around 20 million. No, actually, we check first we check with the available material at our stores. So our stores basically at Katunayaka. So thanks at that time we had that material, some components. These are prefabricated buildings for billets we import from China and the remaining parts. So the same time we have consulted our registered suppliers. So they agreed to give. Basically, they are around the Colombo city limits. So all the transport we have done because no transport at that time. So the service, because forces we have a lot of transport facilities and we can manage the situations. So we appointed separate people for collection, identify the components, then transport, and then the proper handing over to the site management, and we have to because finally it will come to the an audit. All the components should be listed, and because we have to hand over the cost and the inventory to the IDH. So like this, we have done all the things. Even you can see when we have applied the anti-corrosive paint in the what do you call that wet areas. So standard is like that because we maintain that, but the cost wise is in bit high side. So they are applying. Even you can see in yes, the furniture and the other medical equipment all supplied by the hospital and even from some donors.
My question. That were identified post completion of the project.
Yes, some areas, yes, because actually the observation and the treatment chamber is not enough. According to our calculation, we try to accommodate with the very small area for the observation and the treatment area, because the all one room consists with washroom, patient area, adjoining chamber. So we thought only doctor will go. So it's very restricted area. Even doctor can't handle that within that area. So if you can increase that, yes, it's a better way. But now it's okay for that kind of situations. You need some assistance. Doctor needs some assistance. Some equipments are there. So that type of the other than that, basically okay.
Change process in case history repeats itself in terms of there's another pandemic, and if you want to take on similar project? Are there any improvements you're doing?
Answer to that question, yes, we have experience. We have a very good experience. We know how to plan this, right? Even when the pandemic start, we know that we need source isolation units. We need, according to our population, we know now how to face. But only thing is then the matter is the money. We can plan now without any problem. Any situation, yes, because with that, it's like tsunami. Now we can plan for the tsunami. If the tsunami line is going, so we know what to do and what not to do. Pardon? Yes, for the isolation, because that is basically the isolation. They need isolation wards. So now even I contacted before this presentation. It's how is going on? The doctor Hasita Atanayaka, director hospital IDH. He did, yes, they are managing it very well, and he asked me to invite me to see also. So one day I have to go and see whether it's available. Yes. Y- Yes, if you have modular units, you can. But the problem is with the prefabricated, the cost of the prefabricated units. Even basically they use 0.47 cladding. So actually, I'm with my experience, I'm not recommending 0.47 cladding sheets for this type of building. Highly corrosive, you know, we have to sanitize, you have to do the wet areas, always we have to wash and all. So in that case, we have to have a good material. Then the some kind of alloy. Then it will be the cost wise in high side. But the crisis situations, yes. Or if you can fabricate it with the something like with the structure with the steel and covered with the fiberglass or something like that, you can reduce the cost and you can which they it will withstand for the situation.
How was the procurement done during COVID, during the country shutdown?
So as the Sri Lankan people, when it's come to the situation like this in calamity, they get together, right? So and the same times, if you have that convincing power, if you can communicate with the relevant people and relevant authorities, you will be able to do that. So when I talk to the suppliers, they said, no problem, all yours. This is for something else, but this is all yours. That is common sense and communication. Correct. Correct. Yes. And at the same time, so you have to win the hearts and mind of the people, the subordinates. Then you can achieve the targets very easily. So then it comes to the your leadership. If you maintain your leadership qualities, you can lead the people. Because you are not thinking about your next appointment. You are just thinking about the future generation. If you think about your next appointment, you can't be a leader, you will be a politician.
The final question section. In any project testing and commissioning, in any project testing and commissioning could take quite a long time. especially the plumbing components. What were the measures taken to reduce the time without compromising on standards?
Yeah, even we have done the pressure test for these projects. And we have some equipment we use for the, especially for the hangar areas for the MEP purpose. So we use that also, some gauges and all. Other than that, we have not done any test for this record because it's a very straightforward thing. And we ensure that all the joints and other things are in order before the sealing of the building.
There's no more questions from the boardroom. Including the consent.
Right. Thank you very much. And I would like to thank the Professor Pian Mendes and Engineer Shiromal to give this opportunity to address this intellectual forum. And also, but last not least, I would like to thank my team members, Chatumi, Nandil, and Kemil for their kind assistance. Thank you very much and have a good day.